Okay guys, so at this point, I got all the old motor mounts out, subframes out, washed the bay, got all the excess dirt off of it. So now, I'm gonna prep it to get the new EG subframe in with the power steering rack, put the motor mounts in, and we're gonna get to swap in the car. Stay tuned, guys. Alright guys, just to give you a little idea on how much parts my customer ordered. He wanted everything new, so just give you guys an idea. Alright guys, so pretty much got subframe mocked up. Still gotta put the lower control arms in. I got 2 front bolts in. I like to leave everything loose before I get the control arms in. Make sure the subframe's sitting right where it needs. So we're gonna do the control arms next, guys. Okay guys, at this point we have new EG subframe in, new lower control arms. Customer wanted upgraded sway bar. He went with the K20Z3 compliance bushings, which is a nice choice. These are the rubber ones. They do sell the spherical ones. That's what I run in my race car. Very good design. But there you have it. All the bolts line up. Now with this subframe and the EK, guys, some of these bolts are from the EG, they're Integra subframe. So just keep in mind, if you guys are looking to swap it, if you're getting stuff from the junkyard, you want to utilize these bolts from, either EG chassis that you're taking the subframe out of, or the Integra. But there you go. Set it's in. So my next step, guys, I'm gonna get these motor mounts in, and we're gonna get the swap in the car. Stay tuned. Okay, guys. Customer went to EK2 mounts. Very good mount. Passport is fucking very good. Very, very good. So we're gonna get these installed, and we're gonna get the swap in the car. Okay guys, so the motor mounts are in, subframe's in, everything is pretty much ready to get buttoned up to put the swap in. So again, we're gonna roll it over and lower it in from the bottom. Okay guys, so swap's in, everything is loose still. I like to keep everything loose until we get this back T-bracket, those 2 bottom trans bolts. As you can see, the motor still moves. I like to keep everything loose. So when, in my case, I'm working on a lift, but what you want to do is keep everything loose, get these 2 bolts in, because it's going to be a hell of a lot easier with everything loose. Once those 2 bolts are in, started, you can start tightening everything up. But as of right now, swap's in. I'm gonna bring it up, do those 2 back T-bracket bolts, get the header in, and slowly start buttoning some stuff up. Swap's in though, guys. All right, guys, so at this point, motor's in, everything's tight, T-bracket's tight, all the bolts are tight, everything's tight. At this point, the next step, I'm gonna put the header on. I would run the axles, guys, but as you've seen later in the video, I got all new, customer has all new hubs, bearings, so the spindles all have to come off. Normally, if I wasn't changing any of that stuff, the axle would go in, start buttoning everything up, make the car roller again. Still will roll now, so I'm gonna tackle the fuel system, header, start test fitting the radiator setup that they got. Just start buttoning the little things up. We're still waiting on a set of shift cables. He went with the hybrid racing, no cut box. Now since this is a full SI motor, he wanted to utilize the SI cables, so he ended up getting a set of K20Z3 cables. Those are coming in still. And as far as the motor's a full SI swap, he upgraded the clutch. We put a comp clutch in it. Other than that, it's going to be a factory swap, guys. He does want to keep the AC, and we're going to add power steering to it. You know, those were one of his biggest things. Other than that, guys, it's coming along. Hope the video is a little helpful, guys. I hope you guys are enjoying it. Appreciate everybody that subscribes and watches and follows. Okay, we're back. All right, so guys, headers in. You want my K20 header. They're good headers, fit nice. Plenty of room between the steering rack and the header. I know some of the BLM ones kind of fit a little tighter, but we're going to tackle the fuel system first. Well, next, sorry. There's a lot of different ways you can do this, guys. This kit utilizes factory filter, okay? And we're still going to use factory return line. Now, on turbocharged cars, my personal EK, you know, the white girl, you guys seen videos on the channel, that has a -6 line, ran from the tank up to the fuel rail over here. Just because it's boost, you always want to keep the rail as full as possible. For all motor setups, you can keep it self-return, you know, through the regulator. You know, I'll show you once I get it in here, guys, once I get it all fitted, exactly how it's going to all look. But like I said, there's a lot of different ways you can do this. Most of the time, guys don't run this filter anymore. So what I'll do, normally I'll cut this line down here, and I will get a AN fitting to go from a hard line into a 6AN. And still utilize the factory fuel line and utilize the factory return line as well. Normally we'll mount the regulator on this side and then run the rail on this, you know, it'll come in on this side and this side will be blocked off. But you know, like I said, for this setup that he went with, we're utilizing the factory fuel filter and the factory feed line, factory return line. Regulator looks like it's going to be mounted somewhere around this vicinity. Just got to get everything test fitted and then see how it looks. So once I get it all mocked up and mounted, I'll show you guys another video of how it looks. Alright guys, fuel system's in. A new OEM filter. Feed comes in, return comes out, back into the regulator, back down to factory return line. Simple, clean. Now we're going to start playing with the clutch line. We're going to get the new braided line in, and then maybe start playing with the coolant system. See where everything fits, how it all fits, what needs to be mocked up different, you know, little stuff like that. Okay guys, back to this update. We got coolant system mocked up, AC system mocked up, which, listen, I looked online, I didn't find no fucking videos, excuse my language, on, really, I've seen a lot of stuff for Integra. I didn't really see anything for EK or EG. Hybrid instructions, not the greatest. I'll tell you guys right now, not the greatest. So this is my first time doing it. So this line came in nice. You know, it was a little tight down here, but it swooped in good. This line was good. Down to the pump was good. It's going to be a low side. The high side, they could have made a little better design on how this thing sits in here too. It utilizes the factory rad support or radiator brackets. Now, this kit online says that it's compatible with, you know, Type S, TSX, and Z3. So Z1, A2, Z3, it's bullshit. It doesn't work. Because on the SI, the high side hose bolts in from the bottom. Now TSX and Type S bolt in both side by side on top. So if you see here, this line, the high side, is supposed to go just like that next to it. So we're gonna have to switch this AC compressor out and put a Type S one. So we're gonna add the fans. I just wanted to see fitment. This line over here, that's provided in the kit. Try and get down here, guys. It's very, very tight against the radiator down here. Very tight. I don't really like it. So really my next step, I'm gonna, before I put the rad fans on, because I gotta keep taking all this stuff back on and off. Like I said, I'm just mocking stuff up right now just to see where everything's gonna sit. Right now, battery tray can go back in now that the AC line's in. I'm gonna put a grommet over that hole and you know, keep going from there. Clutch line is in. I'm gonna replace the clutch master. The rubber is leaking on the inside, so the seal's leaking. I'm gonna replace that. But so far, that's where we're at, guys. Once the AC system is complete, I'm gonna do like a tutorial video on just the AC unit, and then I'll do the one on the power steering. Because like I said, I haven't really seen anything. I've been trying to do a little research online to find a really good detailed video, and I haven't found anything. So definitely once the AC system is completely done and working, I will, I'll be making another video just for that stuff, guys. But this is where we're at. I'm gonna keep cruising from here. I'm gonna get the battery tray back in, get all that mounted, button up, whatever else I can up here. And then another thing, a lot of guys will run the sub harness outside the car. What I normally like doing is pulling this factory grommet out. I'll run this wire inside the firewall. I'll put just a little slit on the outside here, right on the corner, just enough to slip this wire back in, and then put the grommet back in. It looks nice and factory. And then I'll run the sub harness on the inside of the dash across back to the ECU side. It's cleaner. That's, you know, that's what I prefer. It's away from the exhaust. So, but in the end, it's just preference, guys. So. Alright guys, that finishes it off for tonight. She's back on the ground. Wheels are on. It's getting kind of late, so I'm gonna wrap it up tonight. Still, you know, a lot of things need to be done and situated still. As far as the wiring, it's pretty much all done outside the bay. I still got to do the conversion harness on the inside. Still figure out the wiring for the AC stuff. Still gotta put the power steering pump on it and then run the lines for that. Finish the coolant system up there. Put the heater core hoses back on. But we're moving along, guys. It's going good. Like I said, I didn't put the axles in it just yet because customer has new ball joints, new hubs, and bearings that he wants to put in. He is using a 32 millimeter axle still, the insane shafts. You know, I told him in the future he can upgrade to the 36 millimeter, which I highly recommend. It's a good swap. As far as the AC stuff, so far it wasn't too bad. Like I said, we're gonna see how this wiring stuff goes with the ECU and stuff, but the fitment could be better in my opinion, but it's good for what it is. It's definitely good. So stay tuned, guys. Thanks again for watching.